Welcome to Joe at the Movies. Usually when you hear about a film franchise being rebooted for the third time, it is followed by an audible groan. But there's reason to be optimistic about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. What sounds like a bargain bin PS2 game is instead the most inspired adaptation of the cult comic book series. A lot of that rests on the bombastic shoulders of the distinct visual style and action sequences, which, along with Spider-Verse 2, highlights a promising trend in animation. It's not as good as Spider-Verse, but it's fresh and it works. The rest of the film is pretty standard kids movie fare, but not in a particularly bad way. The plot is akin to what you could find in a Saturday morning cartoon, littered with road bumps to ensure a feature-length runtime. This could have been an issue, but it's paced well enough so it goes down smooth, and I didn't really mind the shallowness and predictability of it all. The main issue with the film is what it inherits from the source material. The wisecracking, reference-spewing turtles simply don't do it for me. They're annoying little kids, which is what their characters are, but they're annoying. The rest of the characters are just sort of there to move it all along. The frequent and haphazard insertion of celebrity voices, who really only have a few lines each, is supposed to distract us from these characters' lack of personality, but instead it highlights it. In my last review, I made a big stink about movies just being fun and that being okay, but I feel there was potential here that was wasted on shoving in as many recognizable characters as possible. Maybe they'll be fleshed out in a future entry, but here they just don't live up to the style they're portrayed in. Taken on the whole though, Mutant Mayhem is a visual firecracker of a film that moves along nicely enough to forgive its indiscretions. For the first time in a while, there is hope for future Turtle films. Thumbs up.